Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 602 and Doubleshot number 508. Like I said last episode, I'm reviewing the Pandora series, the Trinity of Sin Pandora series. Yeah, and second one in a row I'm doing supernatural stuff. And here it is. The Trinity of Sin Pandora series, Volume 1, The Curse. Volume 2, Choices. First, let's talk about this particular one. Trinity of Sin Pandora. The Curse collects the first 5 issues of this 14-issue series. Yes, 14 issues. We'll talk about that when I talk about Volume 2. This one is tie-ins to different crossovers. First is the first 3 issues, which, well, actually, no. Not just collecting the first 5 issues of the series, but also, get this. Justice League Volume 2, number 0, number 6, and the New 52 Free Comic Day Special Edition, number 1. Yep, that's what else is in here. The first issue in here is, well, the first chronological appearance of Pandora, Vandal Savage, and the rest of the Trinity of Sin, because it's basically her origin story. And now here's something unique about Pandora that they did with this character. She first appeared in Flashpoint number 5, the final issue of Jeff Johns' Flashpoint, not the one from the 90s. And then DC did a very weird marketing move with her. They had her appear in all of number 1 to the first wave New 52, all 52 titles, and they did the same thing with Wave 2, all the titles except for Earth 2. Though they didn't do the same thing for Wave 3. I don't know why. Probably because she was getting this. The first 3 issues kind of explain what she was up to during Trinity War, and it's a really good set of issues. Kind of a good way to help set up this ongoing series, but kind of a weird way to start an ongoing series with tie-ins. Though it's not the first series to do this, where they start off with tie-ins. The Friendly with Spider-Man series, those who are familiar with that one, Peter David did all the issues except for like the last one. Yeah, that series all started as part of a crossover, so Pandora is not the first series to do this that I've seen. Issues 4 and 5 are tie-ins to Forever Evil. Yep, tie-ins to that series, and then pretty much the next 4 issues are tie-in to Blight. I'll talk about that when I talk about Volume 2. Yeah, and also, these issues are also the first appearance post-Flashpoint of Giganta. Yes, I'm not kidding about that. Giganta makes her first appearance in here. Yeah, for some reason, they decided to make her first appear in here, even though she's a Wonder Woman villain, instead of appearing in the Wonder Woman title. Oh, God forbid she appeared there, because, well, Brian Azzarello doing his crazy run. Yeah, and also, those of you curious, when in the world did Giganta finally get a chance to fight Wonder Woman? One panel in Superman Wonder Woman number 12. Yes, right after Doom, like right after Trinity War, right after Forever Evil, that's when they finally fought for the first time. Though pretty much the entire fight took place off panel. It's like DC does not want these two to fight in the current continuity at all, even though they fought each other for years. They fought in the Golden Age. They fought in the Bronze Age. Heck, they even fought during the John Byrne run, which was awesome. And for some reason, they won't allow them to fight. And during the course of her fight, and Pandora fights Giganta, having stabbed her eye, though she gets a replacement for it. She stabs Vandal Savage because and according to Vandal Savage, this was the first. Now, when they fought each other in this series, it was the first time in 1,000 years these two have ever met. Now, the first issue is his first chronological appearance, though. Yes, his first appearance is actually in Demonites. But his first issue was 4 Demonites, so basically, of this issue, then Demonites, and that was present day stuff. But I gotta say, for the start of the series, it's really good. And I'm shocked to say this, but Pandora is hot. Yes, no denying she's hot. And those of you curious, does she wear anything else this whole series aside this outfit? Does she ever change out of it to some other outfit? No, she never does. Also, this is something that's really was never explained in this series. Her markings on her face. That could be part of her curse, but the series does not properly explain It's kind of explained about how she got those because she was tried for unleashing the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, and that was pretty much big plot that pretty much ran the whole series. For these issues, anyways, where she would capture the 7 deadly sins. She does capture them, and we'll talk more about them in a minute. But yeah, great way to start out this series. I'm gonna get this one a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. Yeah, shocked to say for this series. And now let's talk about choices. Issues 6 through 9 are just tie-ins to Blight, where she gets a new power, where she turns into this. Let's see if I can find it here. She becomes sort of a light version to... Let's see if I can find it here. Here we go. She gets this power. Yep. Oh, and by the way, does she use this at all after the spin is over? Yes, she does. Against Giganta. Those of you who know my thoughts about Blight, check out my Blight trade review. I'll give my thoughts on there. And of course, she gets a rematch with Savage and Giganta. Though Giganta becomes sort of a very grudgingly partner to her and Agent Kincaid of Shade. Yeah, she basically returns. She did appear at the start of the series, and also during the course of these final issues, the character Marcus dies, even though we barely get a chance to know this character. Yep. And the other thing known about him is that he's a reincarnation, many reincarnations of someone who was. He's basically Pandora's weapons. He makes her weapons, and he's also her lover. Yep, that is literally what he's supposed to do. It's his choice not to get involved with him, get involved with her, but he commonly does. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact also that during the final couple issues, she finally gets a chance to do something different than pick on the 7 deadly sins, where she teams up with Kincaid and Giganta to stop a group of vampires. And also is the return of Andrew Bennett. Yes, the star of the I, Vampire series, making his first appearance since his ongoing series ended. He also appeared in Batgirl of all places. I think he also appeared in Secret 6, but yeah, it seems like right after the series ended, the guy sparingly appears. But I think for a lot of people, they were shocked to see this guy. Yeah, it was very interesting the fact that they threw this guy in. Mm-hmm. And it left it open to do more stories, but nope. The series was axed due to low sales. Excuse me. Also, I got to point this out, though. This series, for an entire year, was the last official appearance of Vandal Savage until he showed up in Justice League United for 3 issues, and then recently showed up in Day Pages of Deathstroke. Yep, so this series is basically the reason why DC never used this guy for a whole year, though they brought him back because he was featured in Legends of Tomorrow Season 1, actually. Futures End issue, just her putting together. Also, I've got to point this out. I forgot to point this out about the box itself. The thing was the story of the Trinity War. Now, there is a series called Team 7. That's basically how Steve... If you're wondering how Steve Trevor got... If you read this other series... Okay, Steve Trevor has got the Pandora's box in the black room. It's this magical weapons room in the Argus headquarters. Now, how he got that particular object... You have to read the Team 7 series. That's where they explain it. Team 7 was originally a series from Wildstorm that was integrated into DC Universe, which consists of characters like Deathstroke, Amanda Waller, the thin Amanda Waller, not the fat one, Black Canary, John Lynch. Yeah, this is a character from Wildstorm who was considered to be Wildstorm's version of Nick Fury. Alexander Fairchild, who was the father of Caitlin Fairchild from the Gen 13 series, though in the current continuity she's a clone. I'm trying to think, what else was it? I think that was it. Yeah, mostly it was a mix between, it was like half DC characters and half Wildstorm characters. That's basically how the team went. It was also the first appearance post-Flashpoint of Mr. Majestic. If I ever get my hands on the trade, I will review it because I actually really enjoy that series. I followed the Wildstorm series. That's one of 2 I really did enjoy. The other course was Midnight by Steve Orlando. It's an awesome title. But as for this is a great title. It's just too bad that it was just like a Phantom Stranger. It left open to tell more stories. This one more so than Phantom Stranger because if the series had continued, you probably would see more type of stories with Agent Kincaid, Gigant, and Pandora fighting supernatural threats. This would have been a great series to continue. Heck, I wouldn't mind this if they made them into like a group or whatever. But no, the series got axed and replaced with Trinity of Sin. And I got axed for the 6 issues. And then Pandora herself popped up for 1 year later in DC Rebirth, where she's killed by Dr. Manhattan. Yep. That is literally what they did to this character. It's like, this character has so much potential to be such a good character. And she's interesting as well. But I think because of in-story universe hate of the in-universe, people blame DC blamed her for the current continuity. So a lot of people hated Pandora. So that's the reason why the series didn't sell too well. I almost forgot the person who wrote the series, Ray Fox. I think this was his first series he ever wrote because he also did the Constantine series. He's done a couple issues of Batgirl, which was really awful, by the way. I'm trying to think what else he did. He did a few other series, but mostly he stuck to Supernatural series. Maybe this Supernatural series, they turned out really good. Also, he did do some issues for Batman Eternal, which were really damn good. Mm-hmm. The artist is Francis Portela. That's one of the artists on here, along with Daniel Sapari, and that's for this series, along with Patrick Zurcher, Ethan Van Sciver, Ivan Reyes, Joe Perdo, Keith Rochford, Gene Ha, Xander Cannon, Vincent Calafes, and these are the several different artists they had on just this. The issues collected here. And this one, it is Tom Durick, Francis Porta, stars Johnson, I.G. Guerrero, and Ray Juice. Julian Tezito, I think it's pronounced the person's name. He's the one who did this really awesome cover. Yeah, the one thing you gotta love about these DC trade covers, they look so good, especially the original issues that have these covers. Alright, so that's it for this particular episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, where one of the trades is going to be a Batman trade. The other is a trade that I've never expected to talk about, but it's something of a series written by Dan DiDio. You'll find out what they are in the next episode, okay? But to see you all there. Bye.